Hey, that's not rubbish.
Hello, I'm Lexi, a big upcycled fashion groupie. This is episode 4 of That's Not Rubbish, and today we have the one and only Ruby Chickens. Woo!
Woo! Hi, I'm Ruby Webb. That's my name, but also AKA Ruby Chickens.
Hey, Ruby.
The owner, creator, etc. of FiOT, AKA Fruitful Interpretation of Time.
Oh,
Excited to be
yeah.
here.
I like that. Fiat. It sounds so like, like that's fun. Um, okay, well, before we dive into learning about Ruby and Fiat and how she utilizes colors and patterns and patchwork and creative direction to create such a bold and inclusive brand, let's hear some good news. So, once again, the Europeans outshine us, Americans, and they really done did it this time, you know. This year, the European Commissions launched its strategy for circular and sustainable textiles, where it mentions creating and implementing a little digital passport for all of its physical goods. So it's really cool. You can like scan this little QR code on your new t-shirt or like this big old box that your new IKEA furniture came in. And you can access like all this information on how it was made and how to maintain the item and how to recycle it. So, I mean, like, this is huge. Thanks, recovo.com for the info, by the way. But yeah, I've said it once and I'll say again, accessibility is key. Just make sure things are simple and available for people. As like if they can do it, they'll do it. Like, why not? So I think that's cool.
So sick.
I know. It's like it's I love a good QR code.
I really do. I always am scanning them wherever I go.
Even if it's like just the QR code, it's so mysterious. Like who are you? What's your story?
I know there'll be like random ones on polls in Portland, and I'm like, I might have to.
We just have to give you a scan.
For real. Oh my God, love.
But I mean, let's just jump right in because the suspense has been killing me. Why do you call yourself Ruby Chickens?
Um, okay, so I have I have two Instagrams. My personal one is Ruby Chickens. I 10 years ago made my Instagram account,
Fair.
and I think it was in 5th grade, somewhere around there. Really young to be on the internet, but I got my parents' permission, and since I was, I don't know, maybe 1st or 2nd grade, I had chickens.
Oh,
Um, and so I still had chickens years later. And I was like, you know what, Ruby Chickens. And it stuck. And I just like haven't had the heart to change it. I think I don't know, it's quick. It gets the point across. I still love chickens. It's like the old me, new me, all of me.
circle of life.
For real.
So you have chickens. How many chickens do you have?
Okay, well, I don't have any chickens anymore.
Oh my
This
God.
was like I guess I'm ex Ruby Chickens now. But
I love.
but until like I think it was maybe freshman year, sophomore year of high school, I had chickens. And I had like 4 or 5 like groups of girls come through different eras. First I had like I think I had like 6, and then like animals got to them or they passed away, rest in peace. But
I wonder what that means.
yeah, for real. And then yeah, now I live a life adoring chickens from afar or up close if I can hold them. I love it.
Yeah, I would hold a chicken. Why not? That seems therapeutic. Don't they scratch you though?
I mean, you just can't be scared.
Yeah, I just gotta dive right in. Well, I mean, while we're at it, what is the story behind fruitful interpretations of time? Fiat.
Um, Honestly, there's not really like a story. Just maybe 3.5 years ago, I was outside kind of brainstorming names and just in my backyard, and it just came to be. I was just like spitballing and writing down words that I really liked. And I love time and I love clocks. And so there was that. And then I don't know. It was very, 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 very random. And I like said it, and I was like, you know what? That's no one has that.
No one does.
It's really long, and so that's why I shortened it. Like when I talk about my brand or whatever, like I will just say FiOT, because it's a mouthful.
I mean, it's really nice to get an abbreviation. Do you know what TNR stands for?
I wonder what.
Well, I mean,
Maybe that's not rubbish. Do you call it by TNR?
well, I can't because it also means trap, neuter, return. You know, how feral cats are neutered and then returned to the street. Very
Stop.
controversial. Yeah, considered to be very effective. But yeah, it's so well known that I mean I could, but I have a big competition. Yeah.
That is so awesome, actually.
It could be
Oh my god.
worse. It could be worse.
For sure. I think it's cool.
Thank you. Maybe I'll use it. But that's not rubbish is pretty long too, so I hear you. Yeah. But I mean, what's the concept behind FiOT? Like how did it start? Tell us everything.
So summer 2019, I was in Portland. There was this collective called Everywhere Space, and they had all of these um designers, local. It was pretty small. It was on Burnside, and it was the designer and like owner. Her name was Alexa Stark, and I was like honestly like a puppy around the shop. I was just like, wow, this is amazing, because one of the pieces that she had in the window on this model was like this huge black see-through dress,
Yeah.
and it looked like something that would fit me, which is like very, I don't see that in the windows barely ever. And so I instantly was just like captured by the space and her and all the other artists involved. And one day she was like, hey, I'm doing this teen rework shop. Do you want to be a part of it? I was like, yes, I would love that. And so I went, and it was at Portland Garment Factory, which is a really cool space in Portland. And for 2 days, she taught us how to rework, which was really cool. There was just like this huge table in the middle of the space, and it was just clothing that people had donated. And we had machines, and yeah, she showed us how to, or she just like kind of let us do whatever we wanted, and she was just there for guidance.
Wow.
And it was really amazing, and it like really, really, really stuck with me.
Oh, so you already knew how to sew before you did the workshop?
A little bit. I would say it motivated me to actually be more intrigued about it.
I mean, that's like super cool. Like, how did you find this? Where can I find one?
I don't know. She moved to Maine, so I don't think she has done one since, but I'm like so, so, so thankful that it happened and it took off. In like,
Google it, yeah. Google it.
yeah, she Alexa Stark, amazing, love. Um, so yeah, I had like done some sewing via my school in like home ec class, and then other things like that, but it didn't really, like, we were just like making a pillow. It wasn't crazy.
No, I know.
Then
Yeah.
post, like after this workshop, I was like, oh my gosh, sewing. One of our family friends graciously lent me her like 60s sewing machine,
Ooh, retro.
and I like took to working in our dining room, and just like made stuff. Then school came around, I started making stuff, wearing it. Then my friends were like, I want pieces. So then I started selling at school. Then teachers and admin found out, and they were like, oh, could you make this for me. And then I was like, okay, I actually like have to, or I like want to make a business and or just start sewing and selling to the world and everyone.
You were like, you were popping up selling clothes at school. That's unheard of. That's so cool.
It was so awesome. I remember like a few of my friends, I made them all like half and half button ups. And then I also wore one and we had like a photo shoot on our track field and it was so fun and random.
Wait, that's fucking cool.
And then I like did this one pop up in January or February and it was really fun. And I got to like see all these people and everyone could shop in real life and I could see people wearing my garments and it was amazing. And then boom, pandemic.
Oh. Everyone that I have come on is always like it's always part of their timeline. It's either a good thing or a bad thing. It's usually become a good thing, but we'll see what happened with you.
It was like so good.
Oh god.
not the pandemic, but like I was able to like solely hunker down in my basement and just create pieces. And I mean, I think I would have been able to do that. It just might have taken a little bit longer if the like entire world just like didn't stop.
Yeah.
There was like a true break where I was able to understand myself more and understand my style and use this creative outlet.
Yeah. That's true. Everyone said it was helpful, especially because also like all the stores were closed, so they had to use like the clothes that they were stuck with in their house. So it's actually like the beginning for a lot of people, but yeah, I hear you. It was a nice period of reflecting. And we would never be here without Zoom. So it
For
helped
real.
everybody. Good. No, I mean, look, stay positive. Look on the bright side of things. That's good. When I first see FiOT, I think of, the colorful patchwork and the ribbons and the denim and the color blocking. How would you describe fruitful interpretations of times, like the visual characteristics of it?
I mean, I would say a lot of it because I love when things like whimsical, playful, charming, sometimes serious.
Oh,
once in a while I'm like, you know what? Let's get into this.
oh my God. And what does that look like? What are your serious pieces?
I would say like either nicely fitted like dresses and shirts or just like a lot of my business wear. But honestly, a lot of the times with my business wear, I really go playful.
Yeah, because it's so boring sometimes. So you kind of have to.
Yeah.
So I don't blame you. Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Even just like business wear. Yeah, I mean, it's cool to hear you talk about like the blazers and the business wear so much. Because I mean, we do need a little spice up in that department. Why do you think you gravitate so much towards like business wear and blazers? Because I've seen a lot of cool stuff being done with blazers, I will say. Yeah.
I think there's a fun there's a stiffness about it, but I also think it's fun to really give like so many of those pieces are so angular. The shoulders are 90 degrees, that kind of thing. It's very masculine. And so I think why I gravitated towards it was like, it's masculine, yet I can either really play into that or I can add my own aspects. If that means feminine, let's go with it, or not. Or if it's just completely and utterly neutral.
Yeah, I gotta do what you gotta do.
For real. I feel like but I love to say like some people will ask like, do you have menswear or women's wear? And I mean, if you want to categorize things, go for it. But I'm always just like, wear what you like. All of my pieces are one of a kind. You pick what you want. It's yours.
With it. Yeah, I mean, do what you want. Can I just say, you are a model, you're a creative director, you're everything for FiOT. You're a fucking rock star. Stunning. Dig deeper on what it's like to, handle all the creative aspects of branding and promoting the brand and the social media. How do you do that? How do you do it all?
Literally, my 10 fingers are my assistants.
Like the guy from Ratatouille.
these bad boys. Like, oh my god, I do like I love it because I do seriously everything. You name it. I've done it. Like I'm literally water girl. I put my like I'm assistant, like you said it. You said it, everything.
Everything.
It,
Yeah.
I'm I feel like I found a good balance. Like I can put all of my energy into like sewing and then like take a break and then I'm like, okay, let me go look at photos or whatever, vice versa, all around, lots of different things.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm about to have a pop-up on Saturday. It'll be fun. I'm like very, very excited. I
Excited for you.
have a lot of new pieces that I've been working on that I'm like excited to show to everyone. And yeah, but like before I go to the pop-up space, which is called Prop Department, super cool shop in Portland. I have to, you know, I'm like staging everything to get it in the car, and then I'm bringing everything, and then it's like, but I'm also kind of like interior designer because I'm like, wait, I'm bringing a table because I want to spotlight. I love miniature things, and so I love always just like bringing a bunch of my minis, having that with my business cards. So like literally, I'm doing everything. I'm doing all the jobs, which I really, really like, and I feel like I'm in a good point of, as I already said earlier, like that balance. I'm not feeling like, oh my God, I need someone to help me out in any sort of way yet.
Okay,
So
that's really positive to hear. Yeah. I hear you though. I'm just like you. I like to like be in control of everything. Like I've always been like always wanted to be my own CEO. I do freelance and I mean that's not rubbish all on my own. So I hear you. It's kind of nice. Like I'll like edit the episode. I'll do like some script writing and then I'll like promote the episodes once they come out. But it does become a lot after a while. And I even studied advertising and it's still like super overwhelming. So I mean like how do you enjoy like the creative direction part of it? Because your photo shoots and like your pictures are stunning. Like they're great.
thank you. It's literally me, my film camera, my tripod, and the self timer on my camera. And I set it up and I will run to the point where I have the idea and then I just
That's so impressive though, Ruby. But sometimes you get like other models. Like how do you source your other models?
a lot of them I'm friends with, and I either will get an idea or they'll say something like, "Oh, I would love to model for you," and I'm like, "Yes," and then
Write them down. Yeah, right.
that like spirals and like like inspires me for like a photo shoot or some things like that. I feel like I'm all over the place with like ideas, but I feel in my brain they're all like organized. Also, kind of like to go back to what you were saying, just like doing everything on your own. I'm an only child, and I feel like that upbringing, like I've always been independent in that kind of way. It's like, yeah, I'll go and play, or I'll go and sew, or do these other things by myself, set up everything. Like I haven't had like another person next to me other than my two parents, which I love. They're the best.
Ruby and her chickens and her parents. All a girl needs.
Yep.
Okay. Is it hard to kind of maintain expressing your mission or what like you want to put out there with maintaining like the creative, exciting, on-brand content? Like how do you communicate everything you need to get out there and the few content you get to put out there?
Yeah, I was just having a conversation with the owner of Shop Berries, which is a plus size.
Oh yeah, that's
Uh
how I found you. Yeah.
they're oh my gosh, Emma, the owner, she's literally love of my life. I love her. She's the best. But we were talking about like not only my pieces, but like the other collabs that she does and how it's, yeah, no, it's kind of crazy. Like we did this like big photo shoot and then it's like boom, we do the photos and then everything goes online for sale and then it's like barely use those photos again. I try and like I'm fine reusing photos and I'm also like fine like promoting a garment again until it sells or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think I always just I have lists, whether that's in my head or written, like of ideas and places that I want to shoot or just ideas. I feel like things I'll get one idea. I'm the type of person like I'll get one idea and then that is like opens up a whole bunch of other ideas. and which I think is I'm really like thankful for, because sometimes I do know what it's like to just be like stuck.
Yeah. No, seriously. Where do you get like most of your inspiration from?
Okay, I'm a little bit of a wild card. I I love houses and clocks and spoons and like anything small. And so a lot of the times when I'll see this is like crazy, but when I will see something like that, I'll be like, oh my God, I love this so much. And then I'm like, wait, this sweater or something like that.
Oh wait, this sweater with this
And then I'll
stone.
like I don't know, I'll be like, oh my God, this mini bathtub is so cute. Oh, an all white patchwork see-through skirt.
Oh, I love it. You're like an
That's
AI filter.
that's oh no, it's just like bubbles. That's definitely that's an example. But also weirdly enough, I get like a lot of ideas right before bed.
Okay. Yes. Me
And
too.
my mind will just be kind of thinking, and then it'll go off and I'll be like, wait, this outfit. But a lot of the times I'm not only just landscaping and imagining the outfit, I'm also imagining where I would shoot it, and just like the entire picture of where it is in my brain, and then I want to create that in life. So I have like a kind of a journal that I will write stuff or
That's
draw stuff.
brilliant. No, you have to, because I mean like creatives are always incubating. Like once you have like an mission or an idea or like a project, like you're always going to be like your brain's just subconsciously always going. And it's like those eureka moments. You could be like in the shower, you could be like have to fall asleep and like you got to write it down because that's it, you know? So
Yeah,
that's really smart. Always write that shit down.
for
But I mean that
for sure.
collaboration with Berries is huge. Congratulations. That's really nice. Yeah. If for those of you obviously who don't know, Berries is like the coolest site. It's the curated collection of reworked and upcycled for our curvy friends. And oh, they're great. They have really cute stuff. And I'm so glad they do what they do. So it's really cool that you get to like connect with your community. So what's the collaboration been like?
Okay, so Emma was like one of the people, the owner of Berries, Shop Berries. She reached out to me like really early on, and to my recollection, I feel like she was one of the first like out of state, out of Oregon buyers. And she bought a half and half blazer, and then she bought this like t-shirt that had like another t-shirt that I stitched on, and then like one more, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
And so that's what it just started as, like her purchasing these pieces, and she used them for styling. And then I what was it? Oh, I did like this denim collection just on my own, and I like took a bunch of pictures of me wearing, I reworked like a bunch of jeans and put them into skirts or tops or dresses, did this whole thing. She reached out, I think she bought one, but then she was like, I have this idea, like, what if sell with me, and we can like, you make pieces, I sell them, we do shoots, that kind of thing. And I was like, oh my God, yes. And this was 2 years ago, I think. It could be maybe 2.5 years ago.
So
And then I
you're a
think
vet. You've been in it. You've been a Berries
I
veteran.
I feel like I was one of the first like collaborators that she had, because she is like, Shop Berries is vintage plus size, and then slowly I think she's added in and found all these amazing like plus size and sustainable creators.
Dude,
um
very necessary too. Yeah.
yeah,
I
a
love that a lot.
100%. For real. So yeah, I started with her, and then it's just been like every season or so we'll have a talk, and I'll make more, and we'll chit chat about it, and then a collection comes out, and I'm always kind of just sending her things also, so that there'll
Mhm.
always be some fiat in sprinkled in the shop. But yeah, it's cool, and I've been able to, like, she's like the best everything, so now I like have and have had for a few years like a really good grounds of like working with brands and knowing what I want and letting them know. And yeah, it's, you know, it can be like really, really intimidating and hard to negotiate and let people know about worth in your pieces.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Navigating this stuff isn't easy. It must have felt really good when you got that collaboration, even like that first order outside of Oregon. Like that must have been a big day.
So cool. And it's so amazing to think about now. Like I've sold pieces, I have pieces in China, I have pieces in Europe, Australia, and these are just like London. These are just like people reaching out and that I'm selling for personally. And it's so cool to have my pieces not only all around the US, but like around the world.
No, that is so cool.
I love seeing people wear my pieces. That's why I continue to wear my pieces, because the reason, honestly, like the reason why I started was because I couldn't find clothing in my size, in my style.
Yeah.
And it's tough. And that's why, like, I don't just say like I'm a plus size designer. I'm all sizes. Like I love to make customs. It's a custom personal piece for you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, you know, it's important no matter who you are, what size. Like if you want a piece of clothing, get that fucking piece of
Get that
clothing.
piece of clothing.
Yep.
No, that's why I love Berriez so much. It's really nice that, again, accessibility is key, that they've made this place so accessible, like so guilt-free, and just you guys can shop freely and not feel bad about where the materials come from, or if you can feel comfortable in them, or if they're going to fit you right. And I think that's what I love about how you've been so immersive and so a part of your brand too, especially the visuals of your brand, like modeling in them and everything, because you know you're speaking to the exact people that you want to and that need you to, like you know what they like and you know what they want, and they need to see that. So shout out Ruby Chickens and Emma and everybody at Berriez.
100%. Gotta keep it real.
Dude, yeah. And it's always inspiring to see like someone who's had like their own hard time navigating a part of society and like standing up and like getting off their ass and being like, no, this isn't the way it has to be, and then doing it their own way. So yeah, you're so inspiring.
Thank you. Whoa, making me blush.
Are there any like other plus size like sustainable fashion or upcycling initiatives that you can think of?
Okay. I would say there's a lot of them honestly are going to be, you can find them via like Berriez.
Okay.
And I mean just thrifting. I still like have such a hard time finding clothes anywhere and everywhere. Like just on a rack. So there's a lot of gems, and I would say start with me or shop Berriez or Tamara Mollis is a really good one. They have a lot of like undergarments which are really comfy. I think plus Brooklyn, yeah, there's a few around, but it's super
Dude, no.
You gotta dig. You gotta dig.
You gotta really dig, and it's a fucking bummer. It really is, because not only does it make you feel like shit when you can't find something in your size and people you're seeing modeling all around don't look like you. It just, but also like all this inaccurate sizing is leading to a lot of excessive waste. Because I mean, think about it. Like if you keep making clothes that only fits sizes extra small through medium, that the population's average size is like a medium large, then all this clothes that no one's buying is going landfill. And if we aren't putting attention into the manufacturing process and we aren't taking account how these things are going to fit, like how the materials will fall and drape and everything, then they're not fitting people and people are returning them. And the stores really don't want to spend the extra money restocking your stuff. So they're just landfill again.
100%. The cycle, history repeats itself.
Yeah.
And I feel like the circle it continues, and I think people are more aware now.
Yeah.
But it still continues, like a lot.
Well, I mean, you've stayed on the bright side for the pandemic, it kind of helped you hunker down. And so I guess staying positive on the bright side of, I guess, size limitations, which it's hard to find a bright side, but I guess it's kind of helped you find ways to like play around and find diverse ways to wear the pieces that you already have in your closet. So, I mean, like, how have you found, like, what are some ways that you've been able to like fall in love with clothing pieces over and over again, like the first time, or, like, rewear them?
I think just like I have a good close circle of garments that I wear, for sleep or for like for sleep and lounge or for like going out. I mean, I still have like a lot of clothes in my basement, whether that means on racks of things that I've already made or pieces or just garments in bins. Styling my pieces into either my like actual pieces or pieces that I bought in different ways. And like I love pieces that I can wear and utilize throughout every season.
Yeah.
So like per se, even like the top that I'm wearing right now, even though this is maybe like more of a spring, summer, fall shirt, I will in the winter time, I will wear like I have a huge white button up and I'll put it under.
Oh, yeah, I love the button downs under when you see the little collar popping out, that's cute.
Like same with I make like a lot of tank tops. I'll do the same thing. I'll put like in the wintertime I'll put a black turtleneck under that and then I'll pop the tank top on if I want some color or some texture is really I adore different textured materials because I'm like how did they come up with this idea? It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, layering's queen, top notch.
You probably can see, but I don't, for the listening viewers, I have rings and I love, 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 love rings. For the longest time, I was like, I don't wear rings because I couldn't find any in my size. I have pretty big fingers. And so,
yeah,
it's so, but I ended up thrifting almost all really, really, really cool artists. But I would say I love painting my nails. This is more like, this has nothing really to do with clothing.
it does. Honestly, it does. I feel like nail polish is an accessory. It's not so physical, but it's there.
Oh, this also is not clothing, but I just found these cute like clips and they kind of dangle with like beads and stuff. And even though my hair is very curly, they kind of hide, but also shimmer in the light. And then I'll work because a lot of like say my patchwork is like really, really pop and colorful. I'll go all out accessories or I'll like completely tone it down and wear nothing. So it's either like if I'm feeling the attention, I'll go one way, or if I'm not 100% feeling it, I'll go the other way.
That's so funny. If I want attention, I'll wear this. If I don't.
Yeah. No, for real. I get a lot of comments on my outfits when I wear them out because I'm like a walking ad for my own stuff. I always carry business cards on me. And I kind of am like, I test their vibe. If they're like, oh, I like your stuff, and I go, oh, thank you, I made it. If they seem like excited, I'm like, you want a business card? Let's go. And then if not, I'm like, that's fine, let's chill. But so I guess honestly, the hot accessory of this summer is my business card. They're square. I love a good square business card.
Oh, squares are hot. You should make a literal patchwork where you weave like a little business card here and there with like some different textures. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dude, yeah. And I mean, I guess any other ways we can restyle the things in our closet? Because I mean, I guess I'm asking because have you heard of like the 90-day no new clothes challenge? It's part of like Remake Our World posted it, and yeah, it's not no new clothes at all. It's just no new materials, so you can still like go thrift shopping, but it'd be cool to tell people ways that they can just reuse the clothes in their closet, which you did, but I guess I should have explained to you why I asked you in the beginning. But if you have any other ones that you can think of, that'd be cool. We'll take them.
I just ideas and styles and stuff.
Yeah, throw them out.
Okay, so I now that we're like the ball's rolling, I have all these new things
Yeah, I should have said in the beginning.
I love wearing my clothes in different ways. Like the front doesn't always have to be the front.
Okay.
I will like wear my pieces backwards, or I'll just tie it around my waist or whatever, leg, try things out, or just wear it as like a shawl over a there's so many different options to utilize your body and the piece and work together to create different things.
Bodies are canvas.
100%.
That was sexy. That was cool. Well, cool, Ruby. I guess we should wrap it up. Boo.
Yeah.
I mean, are there any final words or any reflections that you have on your experience within the fashion industry or starting your own brand, the creative direction? Anything we've talked about, really?
I would say even if you don't have to, like, I think unconsciously I practiced so much, and then I just got to a point where I was like, I'm ready for whatever that means, making my business or making this collection or other things like that. So I just like work however much you want, and I don't know, things will come. Things will come to your brain, things will come to like physically, you just get into the rhythm of things, and just do it. Have fun. I think that's the biggest thing for me, honestly. Like, it doesn't have to be this like it doesn't have to be such a business, I guess. It's an art in a lot of ways, and I want my pieces to go to nice homes, whether that means it's my home for a little bit and then they move to the next, or vice versa, or whatever. Just do it. And not only is it fun as hell, but it's wonderful for the planet.
Why? I love everything about upcycling. It's just so great.
Win, 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 win,
win, win, win, win. Well, I mean, before saying goodbye, I want to give a quick thank you to Ruby for coming in today. Lots of good insight. It was fun to hear all about your story and your colors and your patchwork and your chickens. And big thanks to everybody listening and supporting. It has been super cool just opening up the conversation, giving daily life materials a second look, and weaving, upcycling into everyday conversations with the coolest people like Ruby, the change makers, the question askers, my kind of people. But yeah, let's continue to support each other and bring upcycling mainstream. Till Monday. Peace and love, and try not to buy new clothes.
Thanks.